Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sundering Tarot. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. We're going to be doing a full moon reading. This is for the 3rd of June, 2023. We have a full moon in Sagittarius. So, that strengthens our ability to commit or recommit, to stand our ground, to keep an open mind. Believe it or not, it also gives us a very optimistic viewpoint. It can bring our attention to ideas and plans, both long and short-term goals. It can also give us enough excitement, as I said, positivity and motivation to actually get things implemented. So, let's jump right in here. I will be using 3 tarot decks and 1 oracle deck. I will have them listed in the description box down below. But my main deck I'm using for the Celtic crossbred here is the Mermaid Tarot. I have the Crystal Visions Tarot and the Forest of Enchantment. And the oracle we'll be using is the Lantern Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start with your overall energy, our first placement card here. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Tower in the reverse, the Empress, Judgment, and we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so the heart of the matter. We are literally weighing the pros and cons. We're juggling things that have not changed, have not seen movement, have not gone anywhere, haven't been addressed, etc. Because we're wanting to create change, and we're seeking ways to do that. It's just there hasn't been any movement. We haven't had ideas, we haven't had motivation or drive. It's going nowhere. So things that have gone nowhere, or you've had a roadblock, or the lack of energy for, you're actually looking at those items, those particular items for this full moon, which is kind of nice. And, oh, they want to come over here. Okay. Spirit, what do you want to add to the heart of the matter? We have the Sun card, Judgment again. Please be mindful of your signs and synchronicities. I may miss them. And the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're seeking happiness, you're seeking rewards and joy, fulfillment, basically, where you've seen a lack of that for quite some time. Now, whether that is due to energy levels, or, like I said, you've been stonewalled, you've been roadblocked, which has left you a little put out. That's going to vary for person to person. Unfortunately, it's a general reading, so I kind of have to read it for everyone. And we might have certain things coming in to assist as far as, yeah, justice, cause and effect. We're seeking happiness and joy and wanting to leave our lacking, our sadness, our negative feelings behind. Cause and effect, like attracts like, which is fabulous, because if we're wanting something to change, if we're wanting to create change, the universe, if we continue to give our attention to the areas we want to create change, the universe will meet us halfway. Hence the Justice. I love the fact that we got the Judgment card again. That is fantastic. And I'm sorry if I get distracted by the Crystal Visions deck. This is my first time actually using the deck, so sometimes the artwork can be a bit distracting for me because it is a new deck. and our obstacle and how we get over the obstacle. We have the Hermit, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, the Death card in the reverse, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So this really isn't, I guess, the obstacle itself. It's more of how to get over the obstacle. It's to assess our foundation and our security, our groundwork, basically, of everything we have. Like I said, the Two of Pentacles and our overall energy felt like weighing the pros and cons and juggling everything. So when you come across something that doesn't jive, well, look at it. Literally look at it. We have the Ace of Swords. Learn everything you can about that. Assess it very thoroughly. Why is it not changing? Why is it struggling? Why is it not moving? Why is it not giving you the output, the energy that you wanted to? Why are you drained instead? Why are you unmotivated in that area? Because once you start asking yourself those questions, you'll start getting answers as to why that needs to change, if you're not aware of why it needs to change. Because sometimes, unfortunately, when things don't work, we just realize they don't work. We don't realize why they're not working. If that makes sense. Hopefully I didn't just babble incessantly. And okay, I think they want over here, actually. The obstacle, or how to get over the obstacle. Hangman, suspension, the Hangman card out of this deck. The Seeker of Boons, which is our Knight of Pentacles. The Seeker of Spells, our Knight of Wands. And the Folly, which is the Tower card in the reverse. Yeah, pause, take a look at it, figure out what's going on. Strategically look at it for ways to fix it or go around it. Yeah, like I said, assess it for why it's not working, because it's not working. And you're not going to figure out why it's not working for some things unless you stop and actually look at it. Be mindful of those questions that I stated, because you might need to ask yourself exactly those exact same questions in order to get your answer. Sometimes we have to question ourselves, and that's totally fine. It helps us learn. Oh, and I picked those all up backwards, and that's going to annoy me. Hold on. My crystal over here. All right, let's jump right into the recent past. We have the King of Cups, the Page of Swords in the reverse, the Two of Wands in the reverse, the King of Wands in the reverse, the Strength card in the reverse, the Page of Pentacles, Temperance in the reverse, the Sun, Magician, the Page of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Oh, okay. So you might have gotten comfortable with not moving forward with anything, whether that was due to fear when you knew or wanted change, or you accepted not moving forward, not changing things, You set it to the status quo, as it were, after you tried something and you struggled with it. So you gave up. That's interesting. We all have things that we want to change in our life. And yes, changes in itself is scary, of course. But change, you can bring good things if you know how to go about it. And sometimes when we fail, we don't like to try again. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. And Spirit, which way did you want that Sun card? I want to double check it. Just because that's almost perfectly sideways. Upright, thank you. Oh, we got the additional card from this deck, which is the Unknown card, the Star card, and the Sun. Okay. We've had opportunity when it comes to the analysis paralysis, the waiting period, the stalemate energy, to run away from that and create change. But at the same time, we've had opportunity to also run towards what we don't want at the same time. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. For those that are fearing change, the opportunity was given, especially given to take advantage of and to do what you wanted, to create new, to try new, to implement something. Ace of Pentacles. But fear either stopped you or hardship stopped you, and you really need to be more confident, have more hope, have more faith in yourself to create a better outcome. Or you got to heal the doubt, the insecurity. It's the Strength card in the reverse. That way you can have a better outcome. So for those that have maybe performance anxiety, trauma, anything along that nature that would hinder you when it comes to making decisions, or if, in my case, if you're an extreme introvert, most of the time, stepping outside your comfort zone is not something that feels good. You might have to address the deeper issue to go forward. And of course, can't pick up the cards. I do like the cardstock in this deck. Okay. Interesting. Radical curiosity, seeing as if for the first time every time. And for those that have tried and struggled and maybe gave up, you got to try again, is basically what they're saying here, because just because something goes one way one time does not mean it's going to go the same way every time. And they gave us responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt. Right there. So if you think you're going to fail, guess what you're going to do? You're going to fail. You think you're going to succeed? Well, guess what? You're going to succeed. And that mentality that you have, it is a lot. And when it comes to outcomes, when it comes to law of attraction. So if you maybe tried something and failed, you're going to have to definitely pick yourself up, look at it from a new angle, realize it can go a different way, and try again. Granted, our energy so far indicates that you're probably going to have another opportunity to give it another go. For those of you that lack confidence or hope, struggled with your own self-esteem to take that first initial step, you're going to have to accept that you can't control everything, but you can prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Not sure if that's probably the best way to word it, but there you go. And hopefully the full moon placement will give you a little bit more confidence, or at least, yeah, as I said, a more positive outlook. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump into the highest we can achieve during this new, oh no, sorry, not new moon, full moon in Sagittarius. We have the Two of Cups, the Moon, the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Hangman, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Swords in the reverse, the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Okay. That's actually really good. We're making connections that we didn't see before. So we've made realizations. We've learned, yes, we've learned where our dissatisfaction, where things are not fulfilling, and where it's kept us stuck, why it's kept us stuck, why we've suffered, and why we haven't been able to expand and change and grow past that, why it left us stuck. We've become very aware of why we were stuck and where we were stuck. Which is literally what they gave us for how to get over our obstacle, is to sit there and look at those exact areas and start asking questions. So, okay, we've made the connections now, which is fabulous, because that means we now have the drive and momentum, the motivation here with this Ace of Wands, that even if we doubt ourselves, we're uncertain, we may still lack certainty. We're not 100% clear on what we're doing, but we're going to try to put forth energy to heal this, to fix it at the nearest available opportunity, the nearest available chance we get with this Ace of Pentacles. We're gonna actually work on it with this Eight of Pentacles, and that's to from things that have been stuck, unchanged. So yes, whether you had fear, and we may still have fear, but we would get the gumption to at least try again. Despite fear, or for those that tried something, it failed, you've learned from your mistakes, you've learned more information. So if you tried something before, tried to change something, you probably were missing something. You probably didn't have all the information, you didn't have aspects, you probably didn't have maybe a precise detail on what the actual problem was and how it functioned. There's a reason why they told you to look at your foundation and start asking questions, It's so you knew not only what the problem was, but where it came from, the nature of the problem itself. That way you knew how it functioned. And knowing how something functions is kind of vital on how to solve it, on how to fix it. So yes, we've learned. Love it, we've learned. Okay. Lovers, which kind of is right up here with our Two of Cups. Connections. Yeah, we've made the connections. The Moon card, literally Moon card right here. Chariot, High Priestess, and the Knight of Pentacles. So making connections that you didn't see before. We're moving on. This time we have more information. We have more answers than we did prior when we didn't know what to do. Knight of Pentacles. Yes, that uncertainty, that missing information. We now have more of that. So being informed, being knowledgeable, it is very much key. There's a lot of, I guess, taking a deeper look and digging deep for answers when it comes to problem solving. This full moon, anything you want to change, make sure you have all your information. And I would dare say to double check it even. So if you think you have everything, literally double check it to make sure you do. Just as, you know, added advice. Okay. If I can get all these cards up without spilling all of my piles, we'll be good. All right, my lovelies, it's time for the lowest we can expect or achieve during this full moon. And we have the Star in the reverse, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Chariot in the reverse, the Fool in the reverse, the Devil, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Okay, so we're assessing. We've taken basically our advice from how to get over our obstacle. We're looking at our foundation. In this case, it's showing up as the Star in the reverse and the Seven of Cups. So we're looking at areas that are problems, things that are not fixed, things that are not functioning properly. We're also looking at the things that are functioning properly that we don't need to worry about. We're looking at the things that are causing us problems at the same time that we really need to walk away from, let go of, you know, transcend beyond, because it would bring us better stability, emotional support, more security. It would benefit our overall happiness here with the Three of Cups. We're just better off that way. However, we literally don't take action on actually fixing it. Chariot in reverse, Fool card. We don't actually do anything about it. We acknowledge that there's problems. We acknowledge this is not a problem. This is not a problem. That is a problem. That is definitely a problem. No, that's not a problem. So we pick and find all the areas where we need to work on things. However, we don't get started on actually fixing them. And that's because we get stuck here with this devil energy. We get trapped in our emotional state on why they are not working. We're pining right here with the Ten of Cups for happiness, for betterment, for change, for what we want to achieve. However, actually getting that, we don't know quite how to achieve that. And part of that is because we're a little stuck in our emotions, as well as stuck in that cycle of almost like analysis paralysis, of looking at the problem going, okay, yeah, I need to fix that, I need to fix that, I need to fix that, but you're not fully acknowledging why it needs to be fixed or what the root cause is in order to be able to fix it. So we kind of did partial on this. The highest we can achieve is really looking at it, seeing it for what it is, where it comes from, how it functions, realizing all the steps we can take to fix it, and attempting to fix it even if we're not sure, and doing it anyway. Here we've acknowledged there's problems. We're not certain what to do about it. Instead, we're going round and around and around going, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem. It's like being in a sinking boat and running around in a circle going, there's a leak in the boat, there's a leak in the boat. Instead of trying to find something to plug the leak or grabbing a life preserver and jumping overboard. So, at the very least, we're going to acknowledge where the problems are. All of them. Things that we like to change. Things that we need to work on. Things that are not functioning like they should, or that are taking too much of our time, that we're giving too much. Because, I'm sorry, that covers a lot of ground as far as where problems are, things that need to change. Sometimes it's boundaries, sometimes it's, we're putting too much energy in certain areas. But if we don't know why we're putting too much energy in it, or why we did that in the first place, or why we expected a different outcome, it's not going to change. So, this is the problem not changing right here. We acknowledge there's a problem, but it's still not changing. And you know what? I think I want to go for my oracle on this one. And that went right onto the floor. Hold on, folks. Okay, we have wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. Trusting tricksters. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. That's that analysis paralysis and getting caught up in your emotions in your head enough to basically get distracted and not fix anything. And sometimes things will actually work itself out if, like I said, you get distractions, and it's in a productive manner, or, you may have a solution, a working solution. You just don't acknowledge it's a solution because you don't recognize it, for one. And it's because you're being distracted elsewhere. Also, potentially, you could stumble on to a solution. Assistance with access. It is necessary to ask and accept help in order to receive it. There we go. That also, I have to say, this isn't just asking help of others, even, physical people, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, whatever. I literally had this in, what was it? How to get over the obstacle. Questions that you needed to ask. Ask. This is a card about asking for help, asking why. So if we start asking questions, well, we'll get answers. That's why I keep getting the questions that I had earlier that I told you to remember. And it's because those are important. They actually help unlock things. Hey, it's wonderful. Okay, wishful expectations. Acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they truly are. Yeah, this goes in with the distractions. You're pining for change, betterment, happiness, things to run and operate smoothly, but that's not how it actually is. So don't get distracted by what you want and ignore the problem and how to fix it and just gloss it over. You know, don't get stuck in that analysis paralysis. And they gave us the same card again, responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt. Yeah, it's your choice on to either ignore it or just, yeah, run around in circles and scream there's a problem, or if you actually want to seriously look at it and truly look at it in a way that is productive and conducive to actually producing an outcome. Because, yeah, just running around in circles with your head cut off is not going to change anything. That is not productive. That is counterproductive. And it is very much a distraction. All right, Spirit, anything else? No, we're good. Okay. Must have covered enough of the energy. They don't want to give another card. Okay. All right, my lovelies, we're going to go ahead and now jump into near future. We have the Five of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Lovers in the reverse, the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the World card. All right. So, after things being uncomfortable for the longest time, things not functioning, not changing, just the same old every day, we get a break. We get a break. We don't have to make any choices. We're not pressed for choices or any of that. We're able to withstand any discomfort that we have going forward. And it's like we've made either full change or enough change with the World card that we've got more balance. Things are not as hard. We're not having to constantly struggle from being like a yo-yo, back and forth, up and down. Instead, we're more level-headed. We're more calm. We're a little bit more centered, if that makes sense. We've completed enough that we're okay. We get a little bit of break. Now, that doesn't mean everything's solved. That just means that we're a little bit more solid with where we're at. It's like we enter a place of acceptance. So, Seven of Wands in the reverse, Six of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, we're not quite as steadfast and on the go with things. We don't have to be all, you know, Johnny on the spot. Even though, yeah, Six of Wands, things are not completed, but we get a break from the conflict. We have the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords over here. So, yes, things are not completed, but we've reached a point where we're not hard-pressed for decisions. We're not hard-pressed to make any more changes. Instead, we're able to just ease up a bit to relax. Which is great, because if we've had areas where we've had conflict, to get them resolved enough to where we're able to function in at least some semblance of balance. That way, next time we take a step forward, we can do so from a more centered, grounded and logical place. That's better. Because remember, in our lowest we could achieve, we got stuck in basically the rat race, going around and around and around, stuck in our head and not being able to see clearly, just knowing what we wanted and not how to get it. So seeing this as a near future is actually quite promising. And time for advice. Advice from others, advice to ourselves. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there's things that we don't have, but we can work to actually get them if we stop and look for it. That way we can source and get what we need. Hey, this is part of why they are literally asking you to ask questions, to look at your foundation, look at the problem areas, and start asking those questions. It's because that's the key. That's how you unlock things. That is how you're getting answers. That is how you're getting help. And this is them being like, okay, you have stuff that you are missing, you're lacking. There's more information out there. Here's, you know, the advice. Go get it. Yeah, they're going to keep bringing me back to those questions that I asked earlier in the obstacle, or how to get over the obstacle. So pay attention to what you are missing and start looking for answers. Ask yourself questions. Ask yourself why. Ask how things are the way they are, because that will help you to change it, to move forward. It's the missing pieces of the puzzle. And you know what? I don't think I need to pull any clarifiers on that. That's pretty straightforward. And next but not least is the environment. We have the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Okay. If this was not enough, your environment is literally ripe and abundant with answers in order to help you. There's lots of positivity, lots of good karma. There's lots of things going that'll help you solve. The answers are there. I'm not sure how I can make that any clearer. I mean, I will we'll see if they want to clarify, but I'm pretty sure that's very much straightforward. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, whoops, and something else flipped over. The Six of Swords. Yeah. There is information in abundance. We have the King of Pentacles twice, right here and then right here, to help you move forward, to move on, to transcend, to get going. Like I said, the environment is ripe with answers to propel you forward, to help you out, to make things better. That's that Sagittarius, that's that optimism. And I have done daily tarot readings for a couple days out into June, and I did pick up on abundance, so I'm not surprised that I have the King of Pentacles here and then clarified it and got the King of Pentacles again. There is a lot of abundance. There's things available to everyone. Okay, hope and or a fear. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Emperor. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay, that's a hope. That's a hope right there. So everything that is in dysfunction, that is out of whack, causing unharmony and all this, your hope is that you no longer have to put up and stand with that energy, to where you've got so much going on that's happiness and joy and light and everything that you wanted, that you no longer have to, put up with the negative. And it's because you've controlled your circumstances. You have more power and control over your life. The positives outweigh the bad. And you have full control over that. That is the hope. That is the dream. And of course, that is, having the power to create the change that you wanted. Fully to create the change that you wanted and to manifest it, because we have the Emperor here. You had the control, you had the power to make everything that was negative into a positive. That way you didn't have to get your back up and be so defensive against things that are negative. You don't have to struggle with it anymore. Yeah. Oh, okay. Radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. Yeah. You control whether things are more negative or positive. I think I mentioned that earlier. Law of attraction. It's your choice whether you think an outcome's going to turn out positive or negative, and chances are you're right. So accepting happiness, joy, and exerting any influence and power you have over that is probably going to help you a little bit. All right, Spirit, do you want anything else from this deck? And this is, I know they give us a hope, and this definitely would count as a hope. It's fear. Oh, here we go. Radical self-love. You can only receive love to the extent that you unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. Yep. So, yes. Feed happiness, feed joy, feed all the positives. That will help you control your circumstances a little bit better. Because if you feed into the negative and get stuck in that negative, that's that lowest you can achieve energy that we had with the Devil card, being stuck in your emotional state. Okay, they really just want the two. Okay, that's what we got. And of course, I move cards all over the place. And our last position, the outcome, we have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Six of Cups, Justice in the reverse, the Nine of Cups in the reverse, the Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. And, well, I can say there's no quick fixes. I mean, plans not moving swiftly when it comes to conflict. It's a full moon energy, so it's a span of 3 days. You're not going to be able to fix everything. However, that said, even if you can't get it totally 100% perfect all the way forever and ever, amen, you can get started. You can choose differently from the past, because things that didn't work out in the past, didn't succeed, may not have failed, may have failed, or you may not have gotten started. And, well, that was the past. You can choose something different, because when we choose differently, when we choose a different way of moving or a different outcome, just making a choice again, will give us the opportunity with this Seven of Pentacles for something new to grow. So a new outcome, new circumstances, change. which is basically what we're talking about for this entire reading, is the need and wanting of change, quite drastically on certain things. And for a lot of you, for most of you actually, it's multiple changes. But you can't fix everything all at once. It's not going to happen, you know, in a blink of an eye. It's something that's going to happen over time, especially with multiple things. They have to come in their own time. But we're able to get started, to try again. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this lovely Six of Cups. It reminds me of the Little Mermaid and the sisters so much. Sorry, just totally distracted. What's... Oh. The World. Oh. Not sure. I have cards flipped over that shouldn't be flipped over. Let's try this again. King of Wands, Four of Cups. Yeah, when it comes to completing things, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Fool, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, we're wanting to finish things. However, that requires more effort, more time, action, and we can't be really restless with it when it doesn't go quick enough. We have to learn to control what we can control, and right now that is to just start and make the change from where we're at. Sometimes the best accomplishment we can have is realizing where things are wrong, where we'd like to go, and then making the steps going forward to head in that direction, rather than being hard-pressed to get there from point A to, you know, point B in one shot. Okay. Well, that's the outcome. Let's make sure they had nothing else over here to add before I let you guys go. The Hermit. Yeah. Weaver of Visions, which is our Queen of Cups. The Four of Swords. And the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you have to get your inner state, not inner state as in travel, your inner state as in your inner world, your emotions, your inner well-being, sussed out, make it balanced, find out where the imbalances are, sit in that energy, before you take action. Sometimes getting a game plan, yes, like I said, figuring out your direction and just getting started is best rather than wanting a finish line. So yeah, no quick fixes. Things will not all be resolved in this full moon, but you have a very high opportunity to figure out where you're going, where you want to go, and hopefully how to start getting there. Alright, my lovelies, I know this video is probably getting quite long. Hopefully some of this resonated for you. If it does, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and chat at me in the comments if you would. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.